Hello! Can you make sense of the absolute beautiful thinking that's going on right here in this picture? So what we have is the problem where we have 2,133 and we want to go ahead and divide that by 9. So what this student is doing is making a picture of 2,133, putting that in a place value chart, or as I call this, a 10-to-1 machine. So a 10-to-1 machine is just a row of boxes. We put dots into the rightmost box with a rule that whenever we have 10 dots in a box, they explode. They go kapow and become one dot, one space to the left. Hence the name 10-to-1 machine. It's just a place value chart in base 10. So here is a picture of 2,133. We have 2 dots, 1 dot, 3 dots, and 3 dots. That's 2 dots at the thousands level, 1 dot at the hundreds level, 3 dots at the tens, and again 3 dots at the ones. And we're saying how many groups of 9 do we see in a picture of 2,133. So do we see any groups of 9 anywhere? Well, no, we don't. Now, one thing we could do, I guess, is, well, this is a 10-to-1 machine. So a 10-to-1 machine means, well, 10 dots in a box would explode, kapow, and become 1 dot, 1 space to the left. So if we ever have a dot in any box, I guess we could unexplode it. We could take each of these 2 dots, unexplode, make 10 dots and again 10 dots, and then see how many groups of 9 we see. That's one way to do it. Or we could think, wait a minute, 9. Well, 9 is 10 minus 1, obviously, right? And 9 we could think of as, instead of just 9 dots in our ones box, we could think of it as 1 dot in our tens, and then an anti-dot, or a tod in our ones box. Because what is a dot next to a tod? Well, the dot could unexplode, and then we would have an annihilation. What's an annihilation? Well, whenever we have a dot and a tod together in a box, it's like matter and antimatter. They just go poof, right? It's like 1 minus 1, which is nothing. But whenever we have a dot and an anti-dot, or a dot and a tod together in a box, they just annihilate and go poof. So if we have 1 dot next to 1 tod, that's like 10 minus 1. That's just 9. So we have a picture here of 2,133, and we're saying, well, how many groups of 9 do we see? We could be just looking for 1 dot next to 1 tod. Well, again, looking at the picture of 2,133, do we see any 1 dot next to 1 tod anywhere in the picture? Oh, no. But now is a beautiful chance to really teach not just some math advice, but some really great life advice in general, and that is, if there's something in life you want, make it happen. But then make sure that you go ahead and deal with the consequences. Because here, it would be really nice to have 1 dot next to 1 tod. That would be a group of 9. Well, we have these 2 dots right here in the thousands box. It would be really nice to have 2 tods to go along with it. So make it happen. Go ahead and put in 2 tods. But you can't just go ahead and willy-nilly put in 2 tods. There's only meant to be 1 dot in that box, in the hundredths box. So, well, if you go ahead and put in 2 tods, you can go ahead and put in 2 dots as well, because again, whenever you have a dot and a tod together in a box, they go poof, and they just annihilate. So, if you go ahead and put in 2 tods, you got to put in 2 dots to go with it as well. And now look, now you have 1 dot next to 1 tod, again 1 dot next to 1 tod. So that is going to be 2 groups of 9 of 1 dot next to 1 tod. And again, all the dots or tods always reside in the rightmost part of the loop. So right here we can see we have 2 groups at the hundreds level. But now look, we had the 1 dot. Well, we were forced to put in those 2 dots as well. So now we have 3 dots at the hundreds level. So it would be nice to have 3 tods to go with it, 1 box over. So go ahead, make it happen. But then you better put in 3 dots as well. And now we see, well, we have a dot next to a tod 3 times, 3 groups at the tens level. But now look, now we have 6 dots at the tens level. So go ahead, put in 6 tods to go with it. one box to the right, and now we see those 6 groups. But now look, we were forced to put in 6 dots as well, right? We already had the 3 dots, so now we have 9 dots. 9 dots in the ones box. Well, 9 dots, that's one more group of 9. So now we have 2 groups at the hundreds level, 3 groups at the tens level. We have 6 groups at the ones level, plus the one more group that just automatically appeared. So therefore we have 6 plus 1, we have 7 groups at the ones level, and there we see it. We literally see it that the answer here, 2,133 divided by 9 must be 237. Calculator, take care.